I'm looking at NFL, NBA players. They're letting these billionaires, oh, okay, we'll let you finance, your social justice initiatives. But when we say jump, you best say how high.
How high?
Massa.
Yep.
The other thing that this whole situation should bring into focus, and I somewhat apologize for making this political connection because some people get uncomfortable or just, oh, you're just shilling for one side. But conservative values don't want you dependent on the government, your neighbor, some benefactor. So they want you to be self-reliant and self-sufficient so you can always exercise your rights, your inalienable rights, your God-given rights. And what happens is when you start taking checks, when you start taking gifts, my father taught me this lesson when I was 16, 17 years old. Because my father, his bar business was successful for a time, and then it was unsuccessful, and the IRS came and got him for back taxes, and me and my father were flat broke in 1984, little bitty tiny apartment, but he had all these friends that still had money, and I can remember Slim Carruthers, great man, legend in the ghetto, ghetto millionaire. Real estate guy. Him and my father were very good friends, and he wanted my father to go with him to a Mike Tyson fight out in Las Vegas. He's like, oh, don't worry, Jimmy, I got it. I got it. And my father was like, I can't go. And I can remember I asked my father, what do you mean, why can't you go? If Slim's gonna pick up the tab, he goes, man, I'm not accepting no handouts. Once you accept a handout from a man, he then owns you. He gets to call the shots. And that's just stuck with me. And I've tried to explain to people, anytime you accept anything from anybody, there's a responsibility that goes along with this. And I used to tell my cousins and young people that I would mentor, and so I would take it to this extreme to like, when you're in a relationship with a woman and she decides she's gonna allow you to be intimate with her, there's a responsibility that goes along with that. We've created this, and this was years ago. I was like, we done created this dynamic like, oh, I can just hop into bed and willy-nilly, and there's no responsibility that goes along. There's a responsibility to everything that is given to you, and you need to consider that before accepting it. And that's, I look at Stephen A. Smith, I look at Mike Wilbon, and these are people I do respect, but I've watched them get in bed, take all this money. They've lost their voice. I'm looking at NFL, NBA players. They're letting these billionaires, oh, okay, we'll let you finance, your social justice initiatives. But when we say jump, you best say how high.
How high?
Massa.
Yep.
And that's what they're learning right now is like, they want, you know what, Kyrie, you put out this doc. And again, because it's really not about this doc. It's about a message that the NBA has been sitting on, NFL owners have been sitting on. You players are running wild. You think that you're in control of this, and they're letting Kyrie and everybody else in professional sports know, no, we run this. We've built a nice little mousetrap for you here that you've taken the cheese, and now we control and own you. And I'm looking at the overseers as you talk about, it's their job to remind them,